Hello, YouTube. I am your generic villain here, bringing you doom and despair wherever he may shall turn. And today, we're going to be playing a personal favorite of mine. Oddly enough, about bringing criminals to justice. It is, of course, let me reveal to you the title. Look back. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I played the Ace Attorney trilogy, and I'm planning to replay that. But we're going to do TGAA first. And, you know, because I haven't played this yet. This will be a genuine, authentic reaction. Let me tell you now, my favorite prosecutor of all time was Winston Payne from the first game. First three, actually. So I am genuinely curious to see how this is going to go. But yeah. Ooh. Man,
the Empire of Japan, after opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Sorry.
The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Ooh. Here we go. Huh? Alright, wait, that was the opening bit? He's just fucking
But
dead?
for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
He's just fucking dead! Well, we know the culprit already, and my Spider's playing Team Fortress 2. But he's just fucking dead! Am I tweaking? We know the killer. We know he has the gun. He's just fucking dead. 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants and Antechamber. Defendants and what the fuck? Dude, what happened to Defendants Chamber, man? What the fuck? I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be? Just beyond this door, this quiet little chamber, is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. Sorry. My name is I'm gonna double take that. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, I am here, awaiting my trial. That's enough? I don't know who this is. That's enough. Oh, this looks. What? He sounds like a regular ass teen. He looks like a regular ass teenage boy. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. My brother in Christ, you look 18. Lawyer. Yes, until the judge has given his verdict on the case. No one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Threatening a guard already. Peak gameplay. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. That's what I'm saying. And yet, I still seem to know better than how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again. Apologizing. Just like always. Ah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't do it. You didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. Wait, he doesn't mention the professor. He doesn't mention the professor. Does he not give two shits? Yeah, I would never kill anyone, but the professor, you know, he was a bit of a dick. You mean? I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Yowie over here. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I am. A-star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's an undergraduate. Not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You say the exact... Oh, you said the exact same thing... Bit! You said the exact same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. This is Doomed Yaoi. Doomed Yaoi, I'm so fucking calling it. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. Looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know! I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan and as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I just realized it was Kazuma who said he was going abroad. I'm really proud of you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know about Kazuma's name. He's a living legend! It's like this. Like there's some mysterious aura billowing through his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean, to see the real thing with my own eyes. Sorry, it's late for me, so yawning. Try and keep myself awake. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. The British Empire! Let's go! My favorite period. Back when we owned it all, and you owned none of it. Americans. That's right, I'm throwing shade at you. I'm kidding. That's right. Then come with me. I don't know where I got with that's right. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's city of London together. That's right, Her Majesty's city. If only that were if it were only that simple. I'm gonna say it like that, okay. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I shall stay and enjoy this place a little while. Fucking hell, I keep forgetting to read the names before the text. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class again. Yeah. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Who gets shot? It was straight after that, and that's when it happened. The Sogi, may I have a word? I'll do a voice once I see them. Oh, Sogi. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, let's go. Blah, blah. I can't. This kid. What voice do I give him? This case. Okay, he's got to have a deeper voice. Pitch it very much in here. Well, This case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? Feels like I've seen him in the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. I'm trying to get a better female voice. You have to be very ambidextrous in what kind of villain you want to be, you know? I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. There's a smirk of someone who's getting freaky with her in the back. I'm sorry. That is the smirk of he just pulled. That is the I just pulled a bitch smirk. Yes, thank you, Kazuma. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotomo, and I'm a professor of medical medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotomo. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Doomed Yaoi. Maybe not even Yaoi. Doomed best friends. The friendship is gonna die by the end of the game. As such, I feel like you should know. Know what? Well, as you no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go ahead and study in Great Britain. However, if you should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may not have chosen to have told you. Why would you tell us then? If you knew that your student didn't want us to know, why would you tell us? Dumbass. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. Yeah, bullshit excuse. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand, once proceedings get underway. But, then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so... As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Sure. Surely not? Do you accept the accusation brought before you? Of course not. Defendant. Wait, I forgot that voice. Defendant. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It appears our Surreptitious discussions are cut short. Surreptitious. I can't do that in the voice. Stop speaking with long words. So allow me to surmise. Cousin Masogi must be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours.
What are you waiting for? Wait, what are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in advocating for the likes of you, anyways.
Man, murder these two. Behead them with a katana. Mods, kill the bailiffs. Boy, the bailiffs are mods. Judge, execute the bailiffs. This is it. If this trial's go badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. What's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what may lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. I swear Mikotoba's setting us up. My one and only chance for proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. I gotta say, mate, am I blocking? I think I'm blocking. Either way. 22nd of November, 9 AM, Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. So this is a courtroom. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of the people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that have demanded there be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in due time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. My boy! It's the pain! The pain train! The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Fucking god, the theme! Do 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 do. Do ba ba ba. Oh my god, vibes all around.
The prosecution will begin, Your Excellency.
That's how I imagine it with every voice, but this guy's got the prosecution.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. Gotta give him that turn.
As defense. Oh, as his defense. Before we begin, is there any point of order I would like you to confirm? Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That is correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be cited 2 days prior to trial. As this is unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask the final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it! This must be the question! Who's going to defend me? That's what the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Fuck it. Listen to the professor. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing beside the defendant, I hope it's clear that...
Yes!
Yes! Okay, now I've got... What is the meaning of this outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? Okay. Okay, Donkey Kong. What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Just now, before trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. You don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you? No, not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance things don't go well for me, I wouldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikitoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in.
Okay, very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well, does the accused admit defeat already? And renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Objection! Make no mistake, Counselor. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. My brother in Christ, I look like I'm on crack. Probably on opioids. Isn't that right, Noroharu-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's completely blank. I realize you're in charge, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
Oh, the smug-ass Pain. We're gonna kick his ass. One of these days I'd love for a Pain to win either way. Well, he did in one of the games, in the second game, I think. But he got revoked.
As you are aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo?
Yes, Your Excellency.
It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken.
My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do your job. Well, you can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's...
wait. Let's get this started with a few simple questions.
Oh, yes.
Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times I care to remember. But... wait. I'm so nervous, I can't remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind gone blank. You know me so well. Gay! So fucking gay. All the relevant court information, in this case, can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. Simple. Access the court record with the press of E. EA Sports is in the game. If you find something you've forgotten, just consult it there. It's all there. Just have to press E for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. This is a list of evidence. This is a list of evidence. Now try switching to people with E. You'll find details about the victim here. When you're done, press Z to go back. John H. Wilson. Oh my god. He looks like... I know who that's in reference to. I can't remember that. Just remember, everything you do in the current case can be found in the court record. Now you better keep His Excellency... You better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Press R to present. Try it now.
Yes!
Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of your esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England and invited you to the university 3 days ago. Or 3 years ago.
Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. Most of you are aware that we've signed a new treaty after lengthy negotiations.
I can't believe who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation? That is the most bullshit-ass treaty name.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. Oh. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the great institution that provides your education. Have you no honor?
But I didn't do it.
Okay, this case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to the matter.
In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. And that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government wants to convict someone as quickly as possible. Well, because the victim was an Englishman. Ah, yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman.
Ah yes, racism, for the win.
I'm kidding. I don't think it's technically racism.
But nationality and treaties won't make any difference for me here.
The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear. Look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. Think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Sorry, I needed a bit of a yawn. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great England. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson.
Okay, now then, let me pose my question to the defendant, Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
How did the professor miss Dr. John H. Wilson lose his life? Let me check the record.
This only has his time of death. Single bullet fired at close range. Say this before the
Okay, state before the court the cause of death.
cause of death. Well, obviously that was. Oh, man up. For you, no scared. Remember that in court. Every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? A piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death. Select to present. Do it now.
Yes!
Yes! Well... According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile. The post-mortem report, I take it?
Sorry. Yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, the doctor dissects a corpse to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, police often merely inspects the body, draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this data.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime.
I might have to grab a drink. Give me 5. Enjoy this banger soundtrack while you wait. I'd also like to point out, I think I've gone back to my regular Winston Payne voice for Ouchie. But I'm fine with it. I don't mind him being a little whiny, because, you know, all the Paynes would naturally that whiny.
You can clearly see the scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Captain. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to the drawing. The detail is incredible. Okay, very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let's start the trial. Praise us on emote. Douche, douche, douche. Certainly, Your Excellency.
So, without further ado, in order to apprise the court with the facts of this case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikatoba? Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me will be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you could rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stare first. God damn. Shots fired. Literally shots fired.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court record, please.
Oh, what do I give this guy? Oh, why does everyone have to be so posh?
Of course. My name is Satoru Hasanaga. I am the head waiter of a Western style restaurant called Le Carnival.
Are you okay? Seem to be coughing up some,
It's a regular occurrence. Doesn't bother me.
Well, it really, really should.
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern court was developed for foreigners some recent years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. The occasional eatery. The Occidental Eatery. You have to be fancy with it. The Occidental Eatery 3 days ago.
Understood. Hosonaga-san, would you kindly tell the court everything you need to know about this incident?
At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring?
I was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. A few diners in it that day. The lunchtime lunch was over, and there were only 3 tables left occupied.
That fits in my memory of it too. There's hardly anyone else there in that place.
It was when I was in the kitchen,
Putting away crockery and cutlery. And gunshot rang out. So I hurried to the dining room to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Standing beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university.
Yes! Yes! Hold on. Let me clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I did not shoot him.
Objection! Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from making interjections. God wishes to listen to the witness's report and what he saw, you amateur.
But
Next time you interrupt an appropriate time, you'll be penalized for the narrow.
don't worry, Ryunosuke. You have a chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter, because he went, objection! Yeah, I have to speak in this now. Standing beside the victim in the gun was the same man we see in here in court today.
Yes, without a question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There's no one else around at the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Huh? What did he just say? There's no one else around at the table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... Oh, there was a lady. There was a woman, sitting opposite him at the table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still. What should I do? Let's interject. Yes! Yes! Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day, but I'm sure of it. There's a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection! Objection! Dear me, what are we going to do with you? At your blatant disregard for the court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw. Also, Naga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory with you gets hazy.
No. The deceased gentleman came to the dine alone.
I don't believe it.
I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like.
Ah, let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment. Drawn by yourself, I presume.
Ah, that's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Well, you're very clearly a conscientious waiter. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Well...
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course. Here you are.
What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. To have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been added into the court record. Can you shut the fuck up? Die alone, Jesus.
And so,
The court's now had the precus of the case. The precus? The precom? No, I'm kidding, precus.
Okay. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. And if we're looking at the black and white case, Defendant Naruhodo,
Yes, Your Excellency?
if you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
in other words, you may have a small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of this case in court. But I must warn the defense if you're so determined to pursue matters further in this trial. A prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
What do you think I should do, Cosmo? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another. It seems it would be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence. My brother in Christ. Everyone keeps telling me this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikitaba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As said from the outset, I believe you are innocent. I trust you. Yet, despite knowing that, you are willing now to throw that trust back in my face. Is that it? What? If you're accused, in fact, innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? Yeah, fuck it. The battle hasn't even begun yet. Rinosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. We'll see how decisive the evidence really is.
God damn.
Okay, indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please begin with your proceedings.
I love Ouchie. I know his name's already, like, ow, I got hurt.
Well, you've been warned. The young boy can be so reckless. Many call me a saint, but I can be a devil if I want to be.
Bed talk.
Oh. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness.
You can tell he's sweating beads behind those glasses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Empire. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant. Yes, sir. No, sir. Reporting for duty, sir.
Okay, what do I do? Like, I don't know what kind of voice.
Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquities from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade for ascertain a humble premise in the 2nd District. Curio Korikuta at your service.
An antiquity, neither an assaulter. What an unusual bearing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be diners at the other tables that the waiter mentioned. I myself habitually take tea from the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with the interested parties regarding the curios which I make my business. I can't understand the word that old man is saying. Likewise, I can barely keep up with his accent. He's an antiquity dealer. He sounds like he's regular. That kind of sees our potential customers who may have had an interest in antiquities and tries to sell his wares to them. He's obviously targets La Carnival because it brings high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Apologies. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you witness the precise moment of this atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described in an act of war, sir. It was the black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir.
What's with that random yelp sound? This man says... Oh, sorry. This man is impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during the last... Same here! So, this decisive evidence that the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes? Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? Well, if I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. From the very moment I began. Okay, now the court will appear for your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw, and the precise moment you saw the incident occurred. Yes, sir! Standing ready to report, sir! Unsavory memories for a most acerbic afternoon. Fucking hell! These Japanese guys are speaking the most eloquent English I've ever known to man. Oh, you can see all the messages until then. I was investigating a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. There's the sound. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. From the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously abscond curious curio. Ooh, he's gonna be a tough nut to crack. Okay, well, so you, Sergeant Noosa, witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second where the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! The wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in, when an Englishman gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! That's really true, really nice guy. Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I had finished, I'd got enough from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, just as I was picking it up. Bang! Pull my devil trigger. Well, if that's true, then there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. Somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's clues to who the criminal was. Is there? Yeah. But you know, Skay, must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now.
As we all have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It's time to bring up the despicable student to justice.
Okay, so the testimony of the court has been heard and eliminates the vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this
Yes!
Yes! Raising my hand. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands the right to cross-examine.
Dear me. Let me guess, the Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defense has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
Objection! The defense is asserting his right to cross-examine. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding. Yay. Okay, very well. Let the defense conduct his cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in this cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? Well, isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies within the witness's statement. How? Fire the gun, which means that the soldier has to be alive. Well, yes, but... it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you have to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is alive. No, let's go Ryosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. That was a pretty weak desk slam. I think you have to go for the real fist move, you know? You have to double fist it. Right up there, double fist. Okay. Best... Okay, I can skip through this. Myself, I was actually... Okay, Rita... PC config. Surely there is a way to... Sorry.
Yes!
Yes! So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time?
Affirmative. I saw you laughing, tackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
But that's impossible. Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
And what's that, Private?
Thinking carefully about the signal made, seems to me it must have been from after you got the gunshot and you were dealing with the victim's...
And so what if I was?
Well, that really is the case. I mean that you did in fact see the precise moment until I actually fired the gun.
R! And double R. My sixth sense.
Sorry?
My sixth sense of danger. I picked up waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet.
Surely that's not really possible, is it?
Do you really think I got today where I am in the army if I couldn't sense the danger in the air, son?
Well... It seems the soldiers are absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. For having successfully pressed a witness during the first course of his examination. Can I see that? So if we're here, where were they? Wait.
Yes!
Yes!
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting a photographic print into my mustache?
An inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes! There's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense! what can the print listen? What can the print possibly tell us what we already don't know? Well, obviously, that I know what I want to say, but the words won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in the grand courtroom. Oh, this is so frustrating.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require any explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Spell out to be an insult to the court. Kazuma,
What are you talking about?
it appears from the single glance in this photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy with the sergeant's statement.
what?
Sergeant Iesanoza.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you made was this. Black uniform varsity cadet student fired on English civilian from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes! But no, that can't be.
And why not, cadet?
Because... Take a close look at this print. Victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Ah,
Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how to explain it?
oh,
Was that a kid? What was that? Was something just popped up from behind?
certainly. Okay, there's certainly a discrepancy with certain facts. Would you not agree, Sergeant Newton?
Yes.
Yes, sir. At this junction, that would appear to be indisputable. At the moment I had the firearm discharged, my eyes were firmly fixed at the delicious carnival steak, sir.
What?
The last testimony the court had has proven one thing beyond a reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesanoza, did not see firing the gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we can draw is simple. There is no place for amateur prosecutors here in this grand courtroom.
Yeah.
Certainly presented evidence during the first cross-examination. There's going to be a complete turnabout mood for this trial. Just from that one discrepancy. I've been playing for nearly an hour, dude. What the fuck? So this is what being an ace attorney. Fuck off, dude. An ace attorney? You're kidding.
But I definitely saw him. That university cadet who was pointing a firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes! But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
Okay, and you, old man, didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, but what were you doing? Hunting for a treasure. Treasure? Indeed! The Hoei Koban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute. In hopes of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy from me. On the day, under scrutiny, there's a military man that I preferred my Hoei treasure. I believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. But I presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was no more, simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
hunting around a table I was, in case mayhap had fallen there. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot.
Indeed I did.
That's what it was.
Indeed I did.
But I had
Needed. But I heeded it not, for I was concerned only for finding the absconded. Away, treasure. Nothing can distract me. Ah!
out of interest. Do you find the coin? No. I see. That lamentable day, that precious Hoey Cobard, was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for themselves. Knows they did it. Sure everyone in present
Is aware that the case of Odd is swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to the Great British Telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter to us how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Professor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but you will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion about you, doesn't he? Ah.
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You thoroughly explain your reasoning behind the prosecutor's allegations. Is that clear?
As clear as cocoa glass. As clear as cocoa glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. All at once, sir. Awaiting to testify again, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Noza family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name Ido.
The pillow straps were side by side, being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Ido. Teen Shun. Your father's about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
I'll ask you.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearms charge, it was almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing the gun at the foreign man he was, and then the young lad in black, that's much I did see myself. How could he see if he was underneath the table?
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that they were the only personnel present.
Indeed. Alone, he was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one else other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the English gentleman. Over and out.
Oh, but that's as easy, the photographic image.
Yes!
Yes! Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, I've had enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman, a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection! Objection! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of this courtroom and speak accordingly. You're not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this photographic print at the scene at the crime, Counsel?
Indeed. One of the tables where the victim was dining was taken from the investigator. Immediately after the incident. You can plainly see there are only one plate set. Wait. Shift correct.
Certainly, based on the appearance of the print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anybody else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence into the record.
I don't understand what's going on here. It's just not possible that no one else saw the woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear, I saw a woman with him.
It would seem to tele... Okay, it would seem that there will be a telegraph report to the Great Britain on time after all. The witness ceremony must be heard. No further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh from the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
Right, I'm getting myself another drink.
I also need to fix my green screen
What? How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule.
Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
What?
What if you say we're true? Then there's got to be something going on behind the scenes. And now that is your chance to expose it. To draw out the truth in your own cross-examination.
I don't know, Kazuma.
The judge is ready, is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood?
Laws can be so unbending at times.
Man, I love that cross-examination faded.
Yes!
Master certainly someone else at Dr. Whistle's table. The lady was...
Objection!
Objection! As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I fear I'm growing a callus in my ear. Yet, no one still appears to accord even a glimpse of this one.
Someone must be dining at the time. But someone else would have noticed her.
Unfortunately, it was past 2 p.m. Quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant.
I know. Of course, the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect.
So, 2 p.m. standing here and there.
Shortly after 2 p.m. doesn't give me the exact time. So,
I wonder if there'll be any reason why the victim was eating at that time of day. Like he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There was indeed a reason.
there was. There was.
It's found in the victim's jacket pocket.
And what is that, Counsel?
A medical report card, Your Excellency. It appeared that the victim was an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hot chocolate.
Oh, no, not Hottie. Why?
Yes, there appears to be an entry in the date in question. 19 November, noon to past 1 p.m.
The very date that incident.
So the victim went to lunch following his appointment. The explanation could be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as there really is no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Renosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court evidence record if you think it can be useful.
Shall I ask for Dr. Weston's medical report to be submitted into evidence or not?
Yeah, ask for it. Ask for it.
Yes!
Yes! If I may, I'd ask for the medical report to be submitted into evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already entered conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention the victim's movements prior to his arrival at restaurants are of no
Objection!
concern.
Objection! Objection! Whether or not they are of concern is to help us decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Officers, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court report. Oh, record. Fuck. I'm an idiot.
What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like. But it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten. These witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt.
Shit, pardon my mic.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused Korakuta-san.
Kill me. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining by himself.
Yes!
So you actually saw with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in.
So the testimony of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agreed on that point. Isn't it interesting? Let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As you can tell, as certainly clear by the scene, there's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
No. The antique dealer, the sergeant and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible they're all lying. But if so, why? I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Yes!
Aren't you telling the truth?
What? What did you say, Cadet?
What's the table? Perhaps you might have noticed. For the both of you. It's just not possible.
Unfortunately for you, the defendant Naruto, it's not just a case of the witness is alone.
Sorry?
The waiter whose testimony was held in court earlier clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was not alone. Was alone.
That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But I...
If such a woman were to indeed be present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Do I have proof?
no such prison exists. Prosecution demands no further mentions of the Phantom Woman to be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that.
Wait, let me look at this note here.
Excellent work, Renosuke. You've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. Challenges much. I couldn't see what it brings to any real discrepancies to the light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this one? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it a little more detail. How exactly? Reading it, fuckhead? Ah, I see. Something like that. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using WASD. Yeah, I understand the premise of point and click. Move across his and run down the bridge by this report. Man, I am tired. If the crosses start to pull suit, then press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Using the arrow keys WSD and then space to explain any and all errors the evidence looks suspicious. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. Probably a record of a long-term treatment, that's why. Family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine and they give you painful injections. Man, I could use one right now. And then they demand lots of privilege from, demand lots of money from, they demand lots of money for you for the privilege. You sound like a model patient. The bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is a very bitter medicine indeed. Sort of clinic on the medicinal report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I got caught in a coordinate I ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I was taken, I had to have some hideous injection in my right arm. Ugh, I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would go there, would give their right arm to have only one cold in their whole life. Anyways, this is the thing where they treat people for illness like that. It's people looking for clues who don't want to miss them. Let's have a look. Some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical amnesia. Not amnesia, sorry, anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd only had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps I use morphine. It's the modern-day practice in the world, in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. I'm surprised they didn't use opioids. The joke there being the Japanese were on drugs. I heard it's hard to believe that anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. That's cautionary over the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for the next 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthesia effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Oh! With this new information, so I think we listed this one again, don't you? Definitely.
Yes!
Yes! Well, I think, what are you whittling on about, lad? You call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. First and foremost, yeah, I'm the accused. Reno's gay. Everyone stumbles on the words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I see it occurred quite easily in the cross-examination you carried out. When you raise your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you know exactly what it is you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, thanks for the advice. Korakuta-san, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on the report card to your witness statement earlier, something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection! Objection! Dear me, have you forgotten the word so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt the court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. Whilst you being on the afternoon the victim was killed, whatever time you may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But that's, remember Reno's game. You don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just have to make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial any further. The witness testimonies to the court have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all. For the simple reason that there is no one else besides the pale-faced pupil who could have possibly perpetrated the crime.
This medical report has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that?
What? The outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hotta Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? What is this now? Furthermore, if I'd have told you as a result, the victim would have been forbidden from eating.
Just what are you trying to say, cadet? Yeah, that orders not to eat, so what?
It's all written up here. No food or drink other than water for the next 3 hours post-procedure while an anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Korakuta-san! What, boy, what? As you heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim could have been eating anything at all. Well, couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally,
There's more.
you've assured the court with the unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that possibly cannot be the case. Because the victim, as we know, had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the efforts of the anesthetic. That hurt! Expertly done, partner. Well, expertly done, partner.
Objection! Objection! What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food.
Objection!
Objection! Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Why can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
It's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant, in this case, have been turned. Would you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely.
So, having undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, hold on now. What are the opinion of the defense of this new puzzle? I assume you're ready, Counsel.
Counsel? Oh, right, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, answer the question. This is going to be trials, right? Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, and as of yet, party. Obviously, it could have been someone else who was sitting in the
Objection! Objection!
Well, you'll not let this go.
There was no such person.
Yes, there was, because I saw her. When he was to go, both of the victim could have been eating it. Yet we have evidence from it. I'm so sorry. Yet we have evidence on a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that there's somebody else nearby eating it.
Yeah.
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that those witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through the ruling at this stage, I will form a complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial. Relentlessly. Kazuma!
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Kazuma. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have an issue with them. Those witnesses understand. What?
What are you talking about?
We've demonstrated the evidence, including the victim's clearly alive, so if now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury.
Perjury.
And, since this murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit.
Complicit
In murder?
No!
Negative! There was no mention of the tactical meeting. I was just following orders.
That's right. What the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they have told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Kurakuta-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? Now, hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman?
Grr.
When you say gentleman, you mean... You saw the victim with a lady from overseas. What?
Objection! Objection! What's the meaning of this? These witnesses gave false testimonies? Is that true, you pair?
Just one. Just one symbol. Slip of the tongue.
Order! Council, explain what is going on here. It is painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows none of this.
Then who's behind it? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified.
So you prepared to be conspirator for murders, aren't you?
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Ryunosuke, judging from the way that they're reacting to this, I'd say this won't be silence from someone with inconceivable influence. However, I don't believe Ouch had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. The government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, I know it is about who might be behind. If we tried to silence these voices, we can continue to our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was. Keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence to confirm accusations. Evidence proves that it was really did its power over. But how? How can we possibly remember about the progress we made before? Before? When we examined the piece of evidence in detail, we found it not the result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, is there any piece of evidence we have missed? We need to re-examine everything, make sure we've left nothing missed. There's no time to lose.
I want answers. If it is proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Well, that's unexpected. Not to see what it says consistently. Satoru Hosonaga. Yes, the business card is so it's not the name of the secretary, it's his job title. His job. Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigator Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have already lost power and influence. If they're wielding it somewhere here. Wade's business card and information has been added, updated in the court record.
please, wait! Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, I knew nothing. I knew nothing!
What does the events have to say about this? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm gonna have to do something with my eyes closed and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Besides prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is...
Yes!
Yes! Well, surely that would be... Satoru Hosonaga-san!
Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier.
Objection! Poppycock. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that the head waiter could not have possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter.
What? If you truly were...
Come on, Ryunosuke. Try and hit this court with the truth. The truth about Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by this evidence. through this, skip through this, skip through this, 'cause this is irrelevant.
Yes!
The plan for the restaurant sketched by the man in question. The plan on the restaurant sketched by the man in question. Okay. I agree, shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure if we can Google about anything. Oh, sorry, Excellency. This is the back of the card. Is the back of the card that's of interest? Is the back of the card that's of interest? I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, sir. It's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Would somebody please explain to me what this overexcited student is trying to say? Okay. Hosonaga-san sketched this plan into the reverse side of his business card. The front side of the business card reveals a man in the question's profession, his true profession. The way his profession? But that's surely... Good gracious! Okay, good gracious. That's secure, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? What? The waiter is a police detective?
I just realized it's 11.
I haven't had anything this before. But why haven't I had it? I haven't had any mention of this before. Why haven't I had any mention of this before?
Dude, I am feeling zonked. I'm gonna end this video here, folks. Leave on a bit of a cliffhanger. So if you want to see more The Great Ace Attorney, let me know, dude. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And this has been your generic villain. I have wrought despair upon your world and ruined your night by plunging it into eternal darkness. But yeah, still working on the outro. I'm still working on the showmanship of it, and I'm also still working on my PNG tuber model. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits here tonight because I'm about to pass out on my desk. Good night. Let me just save this first. Save. Good night, folks. Skadoosh.